Alright y'all, so we back with another video today. Now, I read the title of this video, so you know what it's going to be about, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about whether or not 2K22 for next gen and current gen should be more realistic or more arcadey. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm going to refer to two things that I have for examples as to why I believe that the game is not going to be that good if it's going to be too realistic. Because if you know from the past, we've had 2K17, which was super arcadey with the dribbling. I didn't like that game at all. It was too arcadey in my opinion. The dribbling was kind of good somewhat, but it was a downgrade from 16 in my opinion. But I'm not talking about 2K17 to talk about how it's stacked up against other 2Ks. I ain't doing that. At least not today in this video. I'm talking about 2K17 dribbling to talk about how arcadey the game was itself. Because like I said, I believe 2K17 was super arcadey. You look at 2K18, that was just a bad game in general. We ain't got to point out nothing there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to skip 18. It was just a bad game. 2K19, in my opinion, was more on the realistic side of things. And that game was good, but it wasn't great like 16. In my opinion, 2K19 was no 16. Then 2K20 was the next year after 19, which was even more realistic than 19. Well, actually too realistic in my opinion, because that's the year they tried to slow down speed for big men and all that stuff, and it just became like a problem. So I believe 20 was bad because it was too realistic. 2K21 super arcadey on current gen and next gen. We saw 21 current gen, Curry slide, overpowered, super arcadey. Everything that's in 21 current gen is just bad. 21 next gen, that is the most arcadey basketball game I probably ever played. So we all know about how 2K21 next gen is so bad. So yeah. And I just feel like 2K22, from what we've read so far from Game Informer, from Courtside Reporting, etc., that 2K22 next gen and current gen might be on the more realistic side as well, which could prove to be a bad thing. And I actually got to put up on another tab right here, you know what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. So for Game Informer, it said, I highlighted this little text right here. I know we already read this, but we're going to look at it again. So for Game Informer, like I said, defensively, a revamp, shot contest, stealing, and blocking system bring more realism to the game. And basically what that's telling me is realism. That's the only word I really, that's the only word that stood out to me was realism, you know what I'm saying? So because it's saying it's going to be more realistic and, more realism is going to be brought to the game, that can prove to be bad because like I said earlier, for 2K20, that was a bad game. And this is the main thing that tells me that 2K22 is going for a more realistic tone, because it says, per Mike Wang, the team has addressed stamina with a system that now taxes player stamina more based on high effort dribbling moves and contact dunks, etc., which means the dribble guys will now take a hit for 2K22 most likely. And I didn't have a problem with dribble guys. I just had a problem with dribble guys abusing their ability, because I didn't like the dribble glitch because that was a problem, and I didn't like the overpowered Curry slide for 21 current gen and next gen. But in terms of dribble guys themselves, or ISO guys, or whatever you want to call it, I didn't have a problem with dribble guys and the ISO guys themselves when it came to 21 current and next gen. What I had a problem with was the overpowered Curry slide, and in the words of Duke Dennis, things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? I didn't like that at all, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like 2K22, like I said, is going to be more realistic, and we don't need that. And I know I said at the beginning of the video, which would be better, a more realistic game or a more arcadey game? Boom, that's a trick question. We need neither. We don't need one or the other, y'all. In my honest opinion, we need both. We need a combination of both for 2K22 next gen and current gen for it to be the best game it can be, or the best games plural that it can be. And I'm gonna give y'all an example as to why. Look back at a goated 2K game, which is arguably the best 2K game that we've had up to date, which is NBA 2K16. That game got it right on all cylinders. And what made 2K16 the best 2K, or arguably the best, I ain't gonna say it's arguably, but what made 2K16 objectively the best 2K in recent years was the gameplay itself. And more specifically, what made it the best 2K was the dribbling, because dribbling made up most of the gameplay itself alongside, defense and shooting. So the dribbling was so good because it was actually balanced, and it was an even balance of realistic as well as arcadey. We need an even balance of both for 2K22 current and next gen. That's the only way that the game can be as good as it can be, because we don't need one or the other. As we've seen in the past, like I said before, 2K19, when 2K19 was actually a decent game in my opinion. It was actually it was a little bit better than mid. You know what I'm saying? It was actually a breath of fresh air from 18. 18 was too arcadey with the whole snatchbacks and blowbys and all that stuff. Mike Wang and the devs didn't know what they were doing with 2K20. They tried to make the game more realistic, but they messed up and made it too realistic, as I said earlier as well. If y'all remember, 2K20 was the year that the devs tried to make the centers slower than the other players, like, the point guards and all that stuff. So because they went for a more realistic tone, they messed up and made it too realistic, and as a result, the game just wasn't good. I know people act like 2K20 is so good now because they're comparing it to 2K21 current and next gen, but 2K20 itself, when it was in its prime, was hated just as much as 2K21 is. Well, not just as much, but close to it. Y'all get what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So 2K20 wasn't good because it was too realistic. 2K21 current and next gen is too arcadey. 2K17, in my opinion, wasn't good because, again, it was too arcadey. Plus, it was a downgrade from 16. So we need an even balanced game like 2K16, because I don't think that us having a revamped stamina system is going to help anything at all. Because if anything, it's going to make the game less fun, because number one, it eliminates dribble guys and ISO guys. Number two, it just makes the game actually less realistic, which is actually ironic because 2K don't know what they're doing, I guess, still, because how would the game be more realistic if you have even less stamina? Because if you know in 2K21 current and next gen and 2K20 and the recent 2Ks up to date, the stamina was already bad as is. Like the stamina was already too low and they nerfing it even more. 2K don't know what they're doing, bruh. I'm telling y'all, when it comes to gameplay, 2K don't know what they're doing. Like I said earlier in my previous videos, I got to give 2K a little W for the little cruise ship and the current gen and all that stuff. And I said that they're going to do better with that, and they're doing better now. But at the same time, you got to give them an L at the same time, because it's like, okay, yeah, like I said, they're doing better. We're actually trying to improve the game in terms of game modes and what the game offers. But in terms of core gameplay, 2K seems to still not know what they're doing exactly, because while we have less stamina than what we had already, you would already run out of stamina too fast as is in 2K21 current and next gen. So I just don't get it at all. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion though. That's just my take. I'm not saying my word is law. That's just my opinion. And I've said this before in previous videos. My 12-year-old cousin can dribble the ball and have more stamina dribbling the ball and doing dribble moves than an NBA player in 2K21 current and next gen, as well as 2K20. It makes absolutely no sense. I don't understand that at all why 2K was going in this route, nerfing something that did not need to be nerfed, which also goes to show that, like they said previously, they're going for a more realism tone for 2K22 current and next gen, I'm guessing. So, well, I'm guessing this means for 2K22 current and next gen as well, and not just one of the others. So, well, you know what? I can't say we really in trouble yet, because gameplay news is going to come out later on in August, which is basically tomorrow, because it's like, what, July 31st at the time of this recording. So, yeah, July's basically over. So, we're going to learn more in the future. So like I said, I can't really say that for right now. But what I can say is this is not looking good for 2K22 gameplay. So to close out on this video, for what I think, for my opinion, is we need an even balance for arcade / realism for 2K22 current and next gen to make the game fun, like 2K16 was. Because 2K16 was one of the last great 2Ks that we had, other than 2K19. Well, then again, 2K19 wasn't great, it was just good. But 2K16 was great because they did something right in making the gameplay arcadey and realistic at the same time, and actually having an even balance between the two of it. But that looks like that's not going to be the case from what we've been told so far. So time will tell. I don't really know. I'm hoping that 2K gets it right with gameplay somehow, even though they're supposed to be nerfing stamina and making the game more realistic and going for more realism, as they said in their little articles and all that stuff. So like I said, time will tell. Maybe they can still somehow balance the game between realism and arcadiness. I don't really know. I hope they do somehow, but like I said, for like the third time now, it's not looking like they will. But anyway, y'all, that's gonna do it for the video for today. Y'all can let me know in the comment section down below what y'all think about the gameplay when it comes to realism and arcadiness, because me personally, like I said, I think we need an even balance of both. So with that being said, y'all, I appreciate you guys for watching. It's been another one from A with Andre. You can like the video and, subscribe if you're brand new and all that good stuff, and turn on your post notifications and everything. So yeah, with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.